Barcelona took on Chapecoense in an overall feel-good game of football. It didn't end in a scoreline that everyone expected it. It didn't end in a scoreline that led to Chapecoense competing with Barcelona, as no one would expect. But it still was an overall very good, emotional game between two clubs that, in their own right, I think it was amazing to see them come together, especially after what happened last year. It really was. It was last year, correct? One of the most tragic instances in life, more than anything, but especially in football. The fact that the full team, of course, involved in that crash. So what happened, Jason, was Barcelona, of course, wanted to, in a way, show their respect by playing a friendly game against this team. There was a lot of well wishes shared, Messi involved in some photos and stuff at the end, because you got to imagine, like Chapecoense, yeah, professional football club, but to be able to play against Barcelona
at the Nou
Camp is a huge thing, of course, and all the stars turned out. So we have some images that we can throw to that shows.
So Alan Ruschel was one of the survivors of the crash, I believe it was. There was 3 survivors of the crash. They all had a role. Ruschel played 35 minutes and then got 65,000 people to get him a standing ovation. After the game, he got a Messi shirt, which is pretty cool. Considering, I mean, look, I want a Messi shirt from Messi. We all do. It's kind of a dream, even if you play the game professionally, as
Everyone
you mentioned.
usually gets
And then additionally, if we go to element number 19, we'll skip the quote for now. Messi got a shirt too.
Wow. That's a great shirt.
Yeah, it's a nice shirt, and that's Umbro, which is a type of cat, as I found out earlier today, along with Puma, which is also a type of cat.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot. Just in the last 2 weeks, I found out, you know, what names are French, what animals are cats, what cats are animals, what brands are cats, what brands are animals. Additionally, though, if you've seen, like, I think there's an Instagram of it. I know Ronaldo has one, but Ronaldo and Messi, their shirt collection.
Yes, I was going to say that. You know, remember Messi showcased his shirt collection, and everyone freaked out because they're like, "There's no Ronaldo up there. There's no Ronaldo."
Doesn't he have a Ronaldo?
Well, apparently he does, but it just wasn't on that.
Yeah, but some of the names. First of all, Ronaldo has a Balotelli shirt. I'm just saying. Does Balotelli even need a Ronaldo shirt? No.
I'm positive there was a Celtic shirt up there as well.
There's a Pirlo shirt.
Of course.
Both have a Buffon shirt. There's like a Puyol shirt that both have. There's Ronaldinho. I watched on Reddit yesterday, and this is getting a tangent, but it is Barcelona related. Ronaldinho scoring one of the almost greatest goals ever, which is, and I forgot who it came against, so this is going to be a terrible story. But he shook everybody all the way to an angle where he was pretty much, his left foot was touching the touch line, I think is what it's called, and he chipped it like after beating 3 defenders, and just the angle of it made no sense, and it still touched like the top crossbar and banged off, and people still gave him a standing ovation.
Was this like a past clip, or was this an
old clip of Ronaldinho? Like,
used to do stuff like that.
It looked like it was like prime Ronaldinho. Yeah. So that was amazing. That has nothing to do with the fact that Chapecoense deserves still our sympathy, and hopefully they get, you know, a full team on the field competing, which they will have, but you know, it doesn't go away. Like, you know, I hope that next year Real Madrid hosts a friendly for them.
Yeah, of course.
So they can keep them in your memories and your thoughts.
One thing that everyone had to keep in mind also, like, it was a horrendous tragedy, but also like the financial burden of losing your full team and having to try and replace those players and having to try and build your club from basically the bottom up again. And of course there was measures taken by the league that, like, to allow them to go and make transfers, and people were basically trying to donate things to them so that they could make it a little bit more of an easier transition. And doing something like this is only going to help the club in terms of allowing it to get to a place financially that it can be stable and get back to the position where it could get to more finals. And I think you're absolutely right. Barcelona, maybe they go on a tour, maybe they go on a tour of the Premier League and they go and play against a bunch of teams there. And I think that that's a great sign of respect to a team that has went through adversity that no team, no person should ever have to go through in their life. And the spirit of that team, of course, is one thing that lives on. I remember when they scored their first goal after returning of the whole thing. It was an emotional situation. I actually think the player got yellow carded for taking his shirt off. Remember that? It was a huge scandal. Oh, the referee was like, "Oh, come on, man."
They gave him, that's right. It's ridiculous.
So yeah, I mean, we only wish that team the best. They symbolize everything that's right with football and the way that people responded to that. So that's why we hope that it continues to go on. And never know, maybe they could go and play against the mighty Glasgow Celtic. They probably a good chance of beating us.
You wouldn't be able to tell the difference between the teams. The shirts
look
exactly the same.
Very similar shirts.
Yeah.
Very true.
Additionally, Barcelona trucked them 5-0.
Yeah, I expected that.
Which it looked like nobody's hopes and dreams were destroyed on Chapecoense. Also, a lot of Chape fans at the game. I saw.
I'm sure there's a lot of
maybe just wearing shirts in support.
No, I think that, but also like you got to imagine the history of Brazilians that have played for Barcelona, and I'm sure there's a lot of fans that just follow the team as well, like Rivaldo, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho. Like there's a lot of Brazilians.
Neymar,
I forgot about Neymar. He's already left, and I forgot about.
I was about to
completely eradicated.
He's been gone for 48 hours. By the way, right before we go, just saying, not saying, just saying.
Don't say it.
Gonna say it. PSG is targeting, you know who?
Voldemort?
Alexis.
Oh my God.
Like Neymar and Dani Alves reportedly were on the phone being like, just an option,
like Draxler, Di Maria, Sanchez, Neymar, and then in the middle, Cavani. So much option in the width.
Had a real moment playing FIFA 17 against some friends the other day. Had Cavani wide open. He ball's coming down like one of those, one of those miraculous passes I'll make from like the midfield line, like the chip, the LBY, and it goes all the way and it lands at the top of the box off a bounce, and Cavani's right there and he touches it with his first foot and then shanks it right over the top of the crossbar. And I was like, FIFA 17 got it right. Very realistic. Very, we can't even be mad. That's exactly what happened.
Severe harsh scrutiny from us here, even though
like amazing first touch. All he's got to do is just crank it in. Just
didn't happen.
All right, comment below and the good stuff.